First off, women have completely equal rights to men. If you disagree, perhaps we can get into that later. Women have more freedom. They have more choice. They have more privilege, more benefits, more comfort. And specifically on comfort, almost all the comforts that you and I'll be fair, and men enjoy is because of the genius and the labor of men.
Oh, goodness.
It's look, the ingenuity of men, the genius of men, the labor of men. It's okay.
Whoa.
She kicked the mic, whatever.
I didn't.
All the things that you take for granted, everything you take for granted.
Oh, my God.
Everything you take for granted, I'm telling you, even in modern day, you might say that men, what did you say? Men, the patriarchy, that men built the system, and then you add on to it for the benefit of men. I reject the for the benefit of the men. I agree with you that men built the system. Men built the entire infrastructure that allows all of us, including men, but especially including women, to have the most comfortable and prosperous and healthy lives. Well, perhaps health could be somewhat disputed in some regards, that has ever existed in all of human history. And the complete ungratefulness of women. Oh
my God,
I'm not being ridiculous. You women hate, at no other point in human history have women had so much contempt and hatred and disdain for men when it is due to men's genius and ingenuity and labor and physicality that has enabled women to live the most comfortable lives they've ever been able to live. And there's a bottleneck to every cascading invention due to men's increased physical. Look, I know this sounds crazy.
Oh, it is.
In order to live in a skyscraper, there were cascading previous inventions that were necessitated on male strength that women don't possess, that enabled us to build buildings far into the sky for you to live in comfortable, air-conditioned, not just live, but to have a job in a comfortable, air-conditioned office. All of these comforts, it wasn't the evil patriarchy, it was benevolent men who were just honestly typically low, maybe I don't want to say low class, but it was typically often like poor men who labored and built this country. And you guys don't give a fuck. You don't care. It's through men's sacrifice, men's labor.
Oh my God.
Men's genius, men's ingenuity.
Okay, so can I just please stop? This is like really starting to make me uncomfortable.
I don't see how. Look, you've had a lot of time to dunk on men. I would at least like a moment to perhaps bolster men in this conversation.
Okay, so do you think men would have been able to?
Complete lack of gratitude. We have, and by the way, the benevolent nature of men, majority of men
you guys
are
are so benevolent.
We're absolutely benevolent. We're absolutely benevolent. But I think it's a complete overlooking of the historical reality that through men's labor, yes, we have created all the comforts that you so ungratefully take for granted, I guess you could say. And I find it kind of disgusting. I'm not saying you're disgusting, but I find this lack of appreciation completely disgusting.
So do you have appreciation for women that birth men?
Yes.
Do you think men would even be here or exist if it was not women who birthed them?
Yes,
Do you think men would be able to build those fancy skyscrapers you talk about if women didn't birth them and endure months of carrying a child and pushing them out into the world?
It takes two to have a child.
Okay, I know, but I understand that. But I'm saying if a woman didn't want to have a child, would we get those fancy skyscrapers? Well, if women were not sacrificing their bodies to have children, will we get those fancy skyscrapers? I just, this whole argument of, women should be grateful to do this. No.
Yeah, but men are grateful for women.
Not a lot, no.
Well, I am.
Okay, I'm glad that you personally are, but...
The difference between me and you is if you were to call me a misogynist, I would reject the label. If I were to call you a misandrist, you would smile and smirk.
No, I don't hate all men.
Hold on, you said all men suck or whatever.
I said most men suck.
You would rightfully embrace the label of misandrist. That's the difference between you and me.
Did I ever embrace that?
I think you're a misandrist.
No, I think you're just trying to categorize me.
Are you sure about that?
Have I openly said I'm a misandrist, or did you place that
Are you a
on me?
misandrist? I mean,
I just said I don't hate all men.
Do you hate most men?
Hate is a strong word. I don't hate anyone.
So there's no men that you hate?
I think hate is a very strong word. Do I dislike their behavior?
Well, of
Certainly.
course, bad behavior ought to be disliked. But I do think you have a sort of general...
yes, I do. But I want to get back to this point here that you're talking about like needing to be grateful, etc. It's funny because, okay, sure, men were out there building those skyscrapers, but who was at home? Who was nurturing the kids? Who was birthing the children? Who was carrying them, right? If men did not have women taking care of the homes, doing all of that, men would not have been able to work. And
I can sit here.
Genuinely, the population would not have grown at all. We wouldn't even have the labor force that we have today. So
yes.
If we're saying great, should
women should be appreciated for that. Absolutely. It has an impact on their body. It's going through pregnancy. It's not some easy, smooth sailing thing. And women should be appreciated for it. My issue, though, my position is I have a sense among feminists that there is a complete lack and disregard for all of the contributions of men. I can sit here and say women have absolutely contributed. You cited, it's interesting that you actually cite to childbirth, but yes, I think men, and at least me, that's a wonderful contribution that women have made and will continue to make. And I hold no like generalized resentment. I'll get you in just a second.
Because you don't have a reason to hold resentment.
So you're saying that there's justification for. So what is the justification for like generalized resentment towards men?
So, do you know what an apex predator is?
You're about to say some sexist shit, but go ahead.
This argument.
No, I'm not.
Okay, tell me.
I would say that women's greatest danger is a man. And I think when it comes to violence inflicted upon them, I think when it comes to like having a domestic partner who is a man, when it comes to sexual assault, sexual harassment, all of that, the greatest threat to women is men, right? And so because of that, of course, there will be resentment there.
I mean, I would like to see like a breakdown of statistics, but I would say
I'm sure you can find statistics.
I'm not denying that women are victimized by men. There's no denying that.
Come on.
But hold on. You say like the number. I would like probably point to like various health problems, illnesses, cancer, like dying of old age.
Okay,
like,
yeah, certainly. I'm not
like
talking about. I'm not talking about nature. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about predator in terms of.
So is nature the number one predator?
That's not.
I don't know.
Come on.
Don't you think
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
wait.
I believe that you're smart enough to understand the argument.
So okay,
I would
it's
hope.
like, but even if it's yes, absolutely, men do bad things to women. There's no disputing that. But you're saying that men are apex predators. That's like that's incredibly sexist. There's no getting around that.
Why is that sexist?
Here, let's try this. Let's replace if someone were to say. Black people are apex predators, would you find that racist?
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm going to explain this to you. I'm just going to explain it to you because you're not getting it.
No, I'm getting it.
No, you're
not. So here's what you're going to do. No. Wait. Can
I a race does not make you more... It does not make you more productive.
Does not make you?
Oh, are we going to get into this argument?
Hold on. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to.
Are we going to talk? So
no. Hold on. This is what you're going to do. And tell me. And look, you're going to say, and you might even be able to cite to correct statistics. And I'm going to go ahead and grant that yes, men, at least as it relates to crime statistics, yes, men are overrepresented as compared to women. Men are convicted of more violent crimes than women are, right? You're going to say that. And then you're going to say you as an individual and other individual women they've all had, or most of them have had, bad experiences with men. And then you're going to say,
oh my God, don't tell me what I'm going to say. You don't know what I'm going to say.
This is your position.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
Hold on, but is it not your position? So you're going to say, well, because of these crime statistics, and because I had bad experiences with men, I can basically be sexist towards men. Now, congratulations. Using your own framework, using your own metric, you've enabled really racist white people to say, well, hold on.
Oh, that has nothing to do with that. No, it doesn't.
Yes, hold on, let me finish. A white person can say, you know what? I've had bad experiences with this racial group. And hold on, crime statistics seem to indicate that this racial group is overrepresented.
Okay, I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about gender, and that plays a no. It does. It's not an extension of my logic.
It's absolutely coherent. Let me just finish. So if a white person can point to crime statistics that would say this racial group commits more violent crime than my racial group, you've just opened the door to racism and justifying racism.
Oh, wow,
and
really?
The difference between me and you is that I would think, for example, even if these crime statistics are true, and they are, that you would not, it would be racist to then map that on to all people or most people of that racial group. You cannot attribute a minority of a group who are doing bad things or really terrible crimes, and for anyone, if they're committing these violent crimes, you cannot map that on to all members or most members of that group. That would be racism. It's something I'm against. However, with you, where we differ, when I can point and say that would be wrong to do with women, it'd be wrong to do with racial groups, you seem to make a justification that it is okay to do that as it relates to judging men as a group. You cannot, it's essentially basically an apex fallacy. You can't, okay, a small proportion of the group does a bad thing. Sure, absolutely. That you can't then draw from that and say, well, then all men are bad or most men are bad. That's sexist.
Okay, CEO of not understanding my point. You
just
are
compared men to
choosing to
apex
understand
predators.
me. You are choosing to misunderstand. So, okay.
Did you or did you not say men are apex predators?
Yes, so I'm actually going to explain right now.
Say it back to me. Are men apex predators?
To women?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a really sexist statement, but go ahead, defend it. Defend it.
What I was trying to say before you interrupted me with an example that does not correlate to anything I am trying to say.
It parses, but okay.
No, it doesn't.
It parses, but okay.
It does not. And I'm about to explain why.
Show of hands, does it parse? What I'm saying, does it parse? Does it make sense to you? I don't know. That's a lot of women who disagree. I mean, she's your homegirl, I guess. I get what she's saying too,
though. But I think that there just needs to be...
Oh, can I have you scoot your mic this way?
Yes.
Go ahead. Do you want to finish your point? I didn't even get to finish my list of all the ways in which men have it bad.
Oh my